Hello, everybody. Welcome to StreamGeeks Live, episode 15.
My name's Tess Protesto.
And I'm Paul Richards.
Today's an exciting day for us because we're able to go live as we had to reschedule yesterday's live show due to internet failure, essentially.
Yeah, that doesn't happen very often. I've been live streaming for 2 years, and the internet service provider actually becoming too slow to live stream has never happened to me before.
A little scary. Comcast let us down a little bit, but we are back today, ready to power through it and talk to you about private live streaming.
Now, we have to be thankful that we have such good internet bandwidth, because I know there are other countries in the world, other places that can't say that only once in their life have they not been able to live stream.
First world problems.
Yeah, it's not the biggest deal in the world, but we had to reschedule, so thank you for coming with us a day late.
Appreciated.
So we've got a lot of stuff to talk about today, a lot of fun stuff. We're going to talk about how to do private live streaming, and there's a couple of reasons why you might want to do that. One is you might want to charge a ticket, a virtual ticket to get to that private live stream. Definitely. Or you may just want to, I know Gene Greenwood and some people might want to live stream something that's not going to get copyright strikes.
Yes.
So there's ways to privately live stream things. There's a lot of benefits, and we're going to talk about that today.
Yeah, there's certainly some paid-for solutions available to you, but we are trying to get creative and think of some affordable or free solutions, So we're excited to share that with you today.
Yes, so that's going to be the featured topic of the week.
And now it's time for the StreamGeeks featured topic of the week.
So, the feature topic of the week is Restreamer. It's called Restreamer. Yes.
Okay, Restreamer.
And this is a way to host your own private streams with a Raspberry Pi, but you can also do this with any Windows or Macintosh computer. So let's show this. We looked at it on our show, on the PTZOptics Back to Basics show, and our engineers took you through it. This is running on a Raspberry Pi, and we're going to show what that looks like. In fact, we've got another video, if we could show the next one here, to show the Raspberry Pi itself. This is what a Raspberry Pi looks like. It's $35. It's a little teeny computer. It has HDMI and network plugged in right now and power, but it also has 4 USB ports. So you can run Raspberry Pi like scripts and images on this device, and it can actually be a server for your live streams. So what we're going to show you is the actual product itself running, the Restreamer running. So if I can show you that video, what we're doing is we're streaming RTSP video, which you could stream from a PTZOptics camera or something else, and then we're restreaming it into RTMP. What you're seeing here is, this is actually I forget what this is called, did I write it down? This is a Raspberry Pi monitoring software that allows you to monitor how the Raspberry Pi is doing, the Python stream. And then this is the player here, and you can see that there's an iframe.
Ding, ding, ding.
What can we do with an iframe, Taz?
We can embed it on our website.
So here's a regular WordPress, and this is, I think, called streamgeeks.us/private. And we just embedded it onto our website. And this is something, remember, Tess, I was showing you this? This is so cool. In the publishing tools on the right-hand side, there is a way, without any plugins or anything, to hit visibility, password protected.
Boom.
So it's built into WordPress. That easy. And so if you want to test it, you can go to streamgeeks.us/private. And to see the actual content, it's going to ask you for a password, which is StreamGeeks. And then that will actually give you access to
You did not
this.
even tell me that you did this and had this planned for today, you scallywag.
Yep, I had to, so that's the idea. That's the goal. Now you've got your own private stream. There's no content delivery network. That would actually show you the ceiling cam, in our studio.
So they're able to watch right now.
Yes. Now, there's 2 things to think about when you want to do this. One is that little Raspberry Pi is not the strongest computer in the world. It's $35.
Okay, so I'm wondering what type of situation we're looking for stream capability.
Yeah.
Stream. What's the word I'm looking for?
Restreaming, private content delivery network.
No, just number of viewers that it can handle.
Oh, okay.
I guess.
Concurrent
I'm trying to think of
viewers.
a fancy term for that. Concurrent viewers.
Yes. So YouTube, Facebook, they can do pretty much unlimited. In fact, Gene Greenwood, who's here, said that he hit over 100,000 viewers on one of his live shows.
Wow. So what's an alternative solution to the Raspberry Pi that maybe somebody that has a larger audience would want to use?
So if you have a larger audience, you're definitely going to want to look into one of the platforms like Cast or StreamMonkey.
I thought that Matt was saying that there was a larger comparison to Raspberry Pi that could handle mass amounts of viewers at one time.
Okay, yes. So this Restreamer software can go on a Windows or a Mac or a Linux computer.
Okay,
and if you buy
computer.
a nice big computer that has all the processing power to handle serving out all of those streams all over the cloud, then that's one thing you have to think about, and you can do that. The other thing is your upload speed with your internet service provider, because you now need to, every time someone connects for, let's say, a 720p video, that's 1.5 megabytes or more.
Okay.
Depending on the quality that you're allowing people to get.
So I can't help but to think, I'm seeing like churches using this because it's affordable, and also, it's essentially free if you have somebody that knows how to do it after you purchase the Raspberry Pi.
Yes. So, Raspberry Pi is fun to play with. This technology is coming out there, but if you're going to do 100 people watching your show, for example, you're going to want a pretty powerful Windows server grade machine to do this, and enough internet bandwidth. Now, most people now are getting, 100 megabits up and down is like what I'm hearing average. I don't know if you want to tell us what your bandwidth is in the chat, but I know a lot of people have good access to bandwidth, so just getting a good server and putting it on your network, you may be able to host your own private live streams without needing any of the Facebook or YouTube stuff out there.
Yeah. Not to limit yourself to private live streams with this solution. It's just, if you're just looking for another solution as opposed to YouTube or some other embed code to put your live stream on your website, it's a solution for that as well.
Yes. Yeah, so that's our first one. The next one, this is one that Tess actually came up with, which is technically a way to do a private stream on Facebook.
Yeah, we have just started using the Facebook Workplace.
Yes, the Facebook Workplace, but also just private Facebook groups in general.
Oh, okay.
Let's
So you want to start with just
Yeah.
Facebook groups. So now that we know that we have the ability to live stream to your Facebook group, if your group is in fact private, like ours, you can host private streams to a Facebook group. So if we keep using Lady Gaga as an example, wants to do a special performance for her fans, a fan club Facebook user group could host a live stream directly in the group, and it could be exclusive.
Yes, and before we get to the Facebook Workplace, which I want to talk about, let's talk a little bit about Facebook groups in general, because this has been a big game changer for us. Facebook groups, private groups, you can now live stream directly to them.
That's been
You
huge.
can't boost that post. That is a private, always private stream to your audience. So I haven't looked into the Facebook privacy policies yet, but I'm not sure if you could basically charge people to be in a private group. But there are people like the live streaming pros who have groups, private groups, of just their customers. So if you are Lady Gaga, we've been using this example, or Kid Rock or somebody, you can have a private group just for people who are going to have access to just that live stream on Facebook, and that's technically free private streaming.
You would essentially only allow access to paying customers. However they pay is up to you and your payment provider, but you would only allow access to verified paying customers to that group.
So that seems
you can
like
essentially
the
sell
simplest
tickets to a user group.
Yeah, that's what we're basically thinking. It seems like the simplest, easiest way
Good
to do it.
solution.
The only problem with that we've had with that is that, yes, Facebook will ban copywritten material. And the interesting thing is, we've talked about getting flagged for copyrights for this or that, or having a radio, but there's actually someone named Gene Greenwood in the chat that I was talking to. He's actually looking at this from the point of view of live streaming the real band, like the Guns N' Roses.
And they suffer from copyright infringement.
And they actually get caught, but for copyright material.
Too funny.
So,
I mean, what do you say? Like, I am Lady Gaga.
yeah, and it's a difficult process, from what I understand, to get unflagged, and your whole account can be, shut down. So, something to think about is something called Facebook Workplace. So, looking for a place where we can have a private Facebook live stream. So, let's show this off. So, this is our Facebook private group. And what this allows us to do, and I did a test here, by the way, if we scroll down a little bit, I did a test of live streaming, or maybe it was in, let's just check the regular news feed, I guess. So this is basically, imagine an entire Facebook that's just you and anyone you invite. So this Facebook is nobody else. It's totally private. And therefore, I'm not sure where this is, but I did a test. I live streamed copywritten material, and it did not get flagged.
Wow.
Because it's private. It's totally private, so they don't run those.
In the Facebook workplace, you were not flagged for straight up music videos from Lady Gaga.
Yes.
So this is very interesting to me for people who host their businesses solely online. People like live streaming pros, we can continue with them as an example, who sell courses online and webinars. Sorry, I just knocked you out over there. So not even necessarily musical performances, but somebody who has a web-based business. This is a great place to invite your customers into your workplace and kind of have freedom there for your webinars to share content and examples from otherwise copywritten material.
So that was a really interesting, so we're looking into these tools. YouTube, I wish YouTube had a private streaming, like a private installation. So you could have your own YouTube, for example. Facebook is allowing you to do this, and it's only $3 a month per user with admin access. And then they have, just like Slack, a free version that just you don't have admin access.
Can you live stream with a free version, though?
Yes.
You can.
I tested that too.
All right.
It's literally like having your own Facebook just for people that you invite. Ta-da!
Oh wait, that might not have been the ta-da. We're still working out the kinks with the sound effects.
So it's really, really interesting stuff. And the next one we have is you can actually do local area network streaming as well. So what this means is this is not live streaming to the cloud. This is live streaming to people in your network on your local area network.
Interesting.
And the best way to do that would be something called multicast. Therefore, it's almost like when you turn on your television and you have access to like 500 channels. Each one of those channels is multicast, and that you don't open up any additional bandwidth to access those as you would when you do an on-demand video that's available on demand, that stacks up more bandwidth. So using multicast is a way for schools, churches, places that have all these people locally to their network to stream to. And well, that's about all we need to really cover for that. I'm not going to go into too in depth with that. You can use NDI. NDI has a video preview monitor, NDI preview monitor. It's a free tool that will open up a 100 megabit pipeline on your network. So be careful with too many people using those. But I think they're working on some multicast stuff that's going to make it a lot better with NDI 3.0. And then finally, a lot of you guys know we use vmix here. vmix does have the ability to do local area network streaming. And I believe I thought I pulled it up, but I don't have it.
Is it $3 a month per user for Facebook Workplace?
For Facebook Workplace. I am so excited about that. We're not going to dig too much into it because next Monday, that's going to be the whole show. Facebook Workplace, all the things that you can do with it. We're gonna work on we're gonna go through everything about it because it is one of the coolest platforms I've seen out there in a long time. So I guess that leads us to our live video moment of the week, which was something sent to me by Gene Greenwood. We've been talking about him a lot today. Let's definitely show this. So see how the audio's not on? Don't worry about it for this one, but live video moment of the week with no audio.
And now
just hit the 2 button. There we go. All right, so now we are going to show, this is from Gene Greenwood, and what we're going to do is I want to show you guys, he's got a really cool studio, and I just wanted to take the moment to show this.
Hey Paul, how are you? Gene Greenwood here. Just sort of something that I just have set up here. I'm going to take you through a little quick one here. I have the same setup over with some of my gear over here. So this is what I have in my studio here. This stays. I take the Atomos. Let me go over what this is. We've got some machines down here that are running scopes and are running some of the evaluation stuff that I'm doing. I've got the Atomos 2 4K recorders on here that I also use for your cameras, for the PTZOptics. So what I'll be doing is I'll be recording there, and my person is controlling the software from one of my iPads. I got 10 of them, but one of my iPads are going to be doing that, and the girl sits here, and we've got SSDs in here with a Ubiquiti 16 port power over Ethernet, and then some other stuff in the back. Okay, some of the control features, I got some of the X keys. We're using the zoom for audio here. This is an F8. This stays here. Using one of the cheaper blackmagic cameras, 2.5 cinema camera with a couple wireless labs. We got some lights that come with us. And then we've got the HD 550, which is a live stream machine, which you can see is running live stream there. We're running a live show right now. And look at this. We're running 2 sets of software on one machine and coming in at 47%. So that's not bad. And I'm also running vmix task 2.0, which is a new software.
So that's all we're going to show.
A little sneak
peek here, because we're going to have Gene on the World Studio Tour on PTZOptics, and there's a lot to dig in there, so we're going to show a little peek. So the next thing is we wanted to do a little quick call out to StreamSpot for our live video moment of the week. They had us on their show. It was really fun, and that was on Facebook.
And they are resellers for PTZOptics, so you should check them out if you're looking to buy a broadcast camera.
So that's the show there. They had us on StreamSpot Live, and they
Jeff Adams is now hosting this for them. The Wired, it's called.
It's a cool show.
It is a fun little tech review show here.
Next, we have what you've all been asking for so long, a review of the Blackmagic ATEM Studio HD. I know you guys were asking forever to get, do our cameras work with it? Do our cameras work with it? Yes, they do. We're not going to have time to do a full review. We're going to do it tomorrow on the PTZOptics channel. So what I will say currently, the Back to Basics tomorrow, same time, is that if you want this to work right now, all you have to do is you set the Blackmagic Studio switcher to 1080p 29.97. You set the PTZOptics cameras to 1080p 30, and it does work. The interesting thing that we're trying to work through, the hard part, is that this does have PTZ control, zoom, and other stuff through VSCA via RS422. Our cameras do RS232 and 485, but I think there's an adapter, and that's what we're hopefully going to have working by tomorrow. So we will see. Stick around for that tomorrow. That's going to be fun. Next thing we have is the giveaway, right, Tess?
Yep, let's move on to the giveaway. We're going to spin the wheel for you guys today. And while you're waiting, let's do our Facebook reaction question.
Oh, yes.
Oh, my keys.
See, I don't know what happened with the keys. There's something with them. I might have to redo them. So here's the question.
Were you affected by the internet outage of 11/6? Is that what that says? Of 11/6,
November 6th, 2017.
So were you affected? Give us a heart if you were, and a ha-ha, sucks for you if you weren't.
Yes. So that was a funny one. Never happened before in my life. But if you guys were affected, let us know. We were affected, and we couldn't do our
Apparently it was
show.
Worldwide.
Yeah, apparently we're
wasn't
not the
just
only
United
ones.
States. All right, so let's pull up Gleam while we give everybody the opportunity.
Oh, by the
to
way,
this
so
question.
if you were affected, do a ha-ha. If you weren't affected,
no, I
do
told
a
them
heart.
if they were affected.
Do a heart?
Okay.
I'm sorry.
All right, well, I don't know.
Did
Here
you
was
say?
my mentality on
Okay.
that. Haha, yeah, I get. No. Heart, yeah, I don't know. That doesn't make much sense. But the haha was like making fun of you. Like, oh, it sucks for you. Like,
Okay.
I wasn't affected.
So explain that, because I don't even get it. What, heart if...
Paul wasn't listening, so I will re-explain it for you guys. The heart is if you were affected, and the haha was if you were not affected.
Oh,
because
wow.
then you're like
Most
laughing,
people...
it sucks for you.
Okay, so most people were not affected, it seems like. Good job going Verizon, because Comcast... If you
Hey,
do
Chris.
that, I don't know how many customers they're going to lose, but that is not good.
Gonzola in Costa Rica was not affected.
Ooh.
Scott says, my internet's so bad I couldn't even tell the difference. Like, who knows? All right, so let's pull it. Do we have a desktop capture at the bottom of our inputs?
Gleam, yes.
We probably.
Yeah, no, we don't want to
yeah.
do that. Here, I'll do it. So basically,
I
we'll
think
just do
yeah.
boop, unless there already is one. Which,
Well,
if there already is, that you can't do it
yeah.
twice. So here it is. All right, so we're gonna go to Gleam, and we're going to pick a winner.
Yeah,
There's still like a few 5 minutes left, but we're just gonna pull it now.
because there was a whole extra day.
There was a whole extra day involved.
All right, let's see. You must be in the chat to claim your prize. Thomas Hendricks.
Thomas
been a while.
Hendricks. Yay. Also, I noticed that our tally. Oh, yeah, they are working. Okay. All right. So, Thomas Hendricks, is he here?
I like to wait till I see it.
Okay. There we go. Thomas Hendricks. If you're here, congratulations. This is the free camera.
Moment is
Right
still
here.
there. I know, John. We have to friggin' fix that.
Yes, I know. It's true.
Just,
I'll do
we're
it.
just trying
I'll
to keep
fix
you
it.
guys,
I'll
in
fix it.
check.
We're trying to
Thomas
just
is
double check.
here.
Thomas is here.
Yay! Paul, why don't you spin today?
All right, I'm gonna
feeling
spin.
it.
Here we go.
Nice preset, Michael.
Ooh.
We wanted to land on the top blue.
Oh, man. Oh,
Ooh,
so
I made that
close.
peek, sorry.
This is so fun to do this because it's
I
like,
know, but I just wanted to land on a free camera one of these days. Come on.
Oh my
so,
gosh.
Thomas, it landed on the Chat Connect Pro. You can pick
Congratulations.
Chat Connect Pro
or
vmix
free
mouse
mouse
pad. Woohoo! So do you want Chat Connect Pro or the vmix mouse pad? Let me know and I will be in touch with you shortly.
So the last little tech review we're gonna do is I wanted to show this. Tess, can you show them this this ring light?
Surely, because I can just come over here. You ready? Let's do a close-up or something with main
All right.
cam.
So yeah,
Is that going to work at all?
let's see if we can do a close up with the main cam
This needs to
and
be up a
to
little.
show how this works. Now this
I gotta
is
take my
something
glass off. It doesn't work
interesting
with glasses.
that I was told. Where's that 20x camera?
Oh, shiznickel. That is not what I wanted to do.
I don't know where that went. Oh, here
Don't
it is.
flag us for the cursor.
Okay, so Tess is setting this up. This is the 20x Z cam, by the way, and there's a ring on it, and apparently there's a ring light that fits on this camera, which we're going to be getting in soon, hopefully. And also, actually, here I'm gonna pull in an NDI camera too to show this off a little closer. In fact, it
now it's too
actually should
high.
already be in there.
Can our cameras go close enough in?
Here, look through. Yeah, there, you ready?
Okay. Should I take this off for now?
All right, yeah, take that off. It's working.
Do I look
Tess.
beautimous?
So that's pretty much the idea.
Lower. Off, so you can see the difference. Pale white. Ugh. Bring the beauty on. Bring it.
There we go.
Eliminate the shadows. Is this too bright? Tell me. And this is super bright. Total washout.
Yeah, it's getting a little washed out now.
What about like right here? Is this the sweet spot?
Looks like it, yeah.
What do you think? Good?
It's good. I was gonna try to bring in my. Here, let me try. I was gonna try to bring in my NDI camera, but
Paul
the
loves
NDI
it.
camera. I like this too. Now, the one thing I will say is that you can see on this side that there's a mirror, so that was important. Oh God, the camera doesn't like it when there's when the light is facing the camera. But there's
Now you gotta
also
lift it up because you're too tall.
on the edges.
Ready?
Okay. This is something we're definitely bringing with us to the new studio.
There you
And
go.
the funny thing is that Tess is actually going to have what are you calling it?
Like a beauty lounge
A beauty lounge. Oh, here's what I'll do. Here, I'll turn
in
this
my
off.
new office.
So basically, you can see on this side, so Tess has the warm light on this, but there actually is a like whiter, crisper light as well. Now you can see the,
I like a little
the mirror.
glow in my glam.
there's the mirror, there's the cameras there. So, that's the kind of the tech tool. Is that a tech tool?
Sure. John Thompson, Paul's new makeup show.
I know. Well, Tessa's gonna have a vanity with lights and stuff, and so the idea is that you would be surprised how many women are doing these
Daniel
makeup
loves
shows.
the crinkles in our eyes.
And we're gonna see what happens when Tess makes like the most kick-ass live streaming vanity, if you will. We're going to have like 10 different live streaming nooks in the new office.
The idea is that any space can be created or retrofitted into a streaming space, and that you should be able to go live at any time. When Paul gets one of his crazy ideas, he can go right in front of the camera, live stream to the whole company, or hop on YouTube and live stream to you and tell you about whatever his new discovery is.
Well, see, that's like one of the interesting parts of this whole idea is that, okay, here's something that I want to live stream. Do I want to live stream it to Facebook or YouTube? Or do I actually want to live stream it on my private Facebook workplace, right? Just to my employees, or not my employees, but the employees inside our company. The Blackmagic studio just fell.
That scared the crud out of me.
So, that's why this Facebook workplace is so important, because there's so much rawness, authenticness of live streaming that might not be ready to go ahead and live stream to the world, but it might be ready for live streaming internally to just the people that you know and trust. You're showing them something, this or that. So it opens up more realm of possibilities for live streaming when you have an internal outlet for live streaming along with the external, along with the private groups, right? So there's quite a lot going on. And that's the show.
That's the show, guys. Thanks for tuning in today to StreamGeeks.
It's been fun. We're going to play our outro now, and that way we can lift this strange pose that we...
Thanks, guys. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube and like us on Facebook. We'll see you next Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11
Bye,
a.m.
everybody.
Pacific.